Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead. I have my co-host, Annalisa. I'm backstage over there. I'm going to put her on in a few minutes. But today we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk, and we're going to talk about Market Basket. Then we're going to get into Mayor Wu, then Governor HAYLEY, then Mayor Paul COOGEN. So I'm going to put Annalisa. Annalisa, welcome to the show again.
Hello, David. How are you?
I know, good. I'm fine. I heard about Charlie Kirk. Let's start off with Charlie Kirk today, because Charlie Kirk was a conservative, and he was I believe he was murdered, because that's what CJ and Chip was saying.
Yep. Yes, he was.
Yeah, and it is kind of sad that he had a family. You know what I'm saying? And when
A young family.
yeah, huh? You had a young family, and they murdered this guy. You know what I'm saying? So now these kids are going to do without a father because of somebody murdered him. Political violence, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is going on with Michelle Wu? I mean, I heard you were
I mean,
talking.
I can't believe that 80,000 plus people showed up to vote yesterday in Boston. I just can't.
I don't believe that either. I mean,
That's impossible.
80. Yeah,
That's impossible.
yeah.
There's
I don't
no,
believe that.
no, but that's what they showed. That's what NBC showed.
Yeah.
Total number of votes. And let me see, do I still have that? Yeah, 67-21. It's like over 80,000 people showed up. I don't think so. I just, I really find that hard to believe.
Yeah. I
And that's
honestly though. Go ahead.
that's coming from NBC News.
Yeah, I don't believe what
And that she
NBC News
got
says.
over 70% of the vote. That is insane. That is no
Yeah.
way. It's just no way.
Yeah, that is insane.
I
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
believe it.
So
No.
I mean that is the worst. That is the worst. I mean, come on, they might have some illegal aliens voting for them or something.
Oh,
Voted
the
for her or
illegals
something.
must have done it as well.
Yeah, ISIS was over here in on South Main Street again. I mean, they swept up some
Uh,
a couple of them.
Good.
Yes, I mean Michelle Wu. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's impossible for her to win. You know what I'm saying? You
This
know,
is such propaganda.
yeah, it's probably
This,
all propaganda and stuff
this
like
is
that.
such
So
propaganda to make people think that Michelle Wu has this incredible lead and that practically everybody in Boston voted for her. How is that possible?
that's not possible. I mean, who would actually vote for this woman, man? I'm telling you. I mean, come on.
You mean to tell me
Right?
that the people of Boston want more drug addicts on the street? They want more crime. They don't want drug dealers arrested. You mean they like this? You mean I Do you mean to tell me that the people of Boston like what Michelle Wu is doing to that city?
No, they don't
How
like it.
can that be? How can that be?
That's not. That's not. Believe it or not, I want to say it's not. So
But
I
can you
want to
imagine
say
the
it's
people
not.
that vote for this? Can you imagine the people that like see this and think that she has over 70% of the vote? They're not going to go out and vote.
Yeah. Of course not.
which is what they want because she'll get back in.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. I don't think people. I don't think people that people didn't want to. I don't think so. I mean, come on. All those people voted for her. Half of the people in Boston don't even like her. How could half of them people vote for her?
You know what? Those numbers of people that voted is definitely not true. That is
Yeah,
not true.
of
No.
course not. That is
So
not true. NBC. I think NBC is trying to, persuade people that Mayor Wu is, Mayor
clear
Wu's gonna,
winner,
yeah, yeah, that she's gonna win. But I mean, but you have, was it Robert Kraft, the one that's running,
Josh
the one,
Kraft.
Josh Kraft, the one that's running for mayor.
Yeah.
I believe though, I believe that he's actually gonna win. I believe. I believe he is. I believe
They
he's.
have to go out. People in Boston have to go out and vote, and they have to make sure that there's no shenanigans going on there. They have to do it because the officials aren't going to do it. I
Of
mean,
course
look at
not.
what
Yeah.
happened with Charlie Kirk today. With all this,
Oh, jeez.
look at all
Yeah.
this rhetoric that these jerks are talking about, like Michelle Wu, like the governor of Illinois. Oh, President Trump better not put the National Guard in here because if he does, we're gonna, alluding to
Gonna
that
do.
gonna
They're,
happen,
they're gonna do what?
right?
They ain't gonna do
But it's,
nothing.
but it's just that rhetoric that some nut job like that got Charlie Kirk today. That's all you need is one person like that to say, oh my God, President Trump is going to ruin this country by putting in the National Guard. He's a dictator. This is anarchy. That's all you need. Because this is, that this guy that got Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
the guy that I was watching found a post that he alluded that something was going to happen today.
Oh.
Yeah. And they have a video. This guy just so happened to be shooting a video, and you could see somebody running across the roof and settling down and then getting ready to shoot. And he goes, the video, the man who took the video said, does that look like somebody up there on the roof? I think I saw him running from over there. And he goes, just saying, and he cuts off. Now, I was thinking about that, right? And it's like when people see things like this, it has to be reported.
Of course it has to be. Yeah.
But he didn't. But he didn't.
Yeah. But they didn't. They didn't report it.
No. They should have gone to security right away and said, I think there's somebody up there on the roof.
That's what they should have did. But
And
they didn't.
and then they would have gone and checked. I think. I hope.
They probably would have went up there on the roof and go check and see who's there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, but that didn't happen. And we were talking about the breakdown of the system. Remember with what happened at the bus terminal in Fall River?
Yeah, I remember that, but we were talking about that.
Hi, Alphonse.
Alfonso.
Hi, good evening, guys. How you doing?
Okay.
So we're just talking about Charlie Kirk and the breakdown of security, I guess, because somebody spotted somebody on the roof, but he didn't report it. And it's the same thing with you, like Dave, when at the bus terminal, when those girls came off, that bus driver should have already called it in just as a warning to forewarn people about these two women. But again, that didn't happen. And then
Nope,
you
they
had the
didn't.
two security guards who did nothing as well. And then you got assaulted, the bus got vandalized, and the cops are nowhere to be found, and they're gone.
Yep.
They're a bunch of
Now,
bandits.
now the question is, the terminal should have surveillance camera,
They do.
and
It does.
and and then again, no cooperation from anyone pointing these people out on surveillance cameras.
Well, wait a minute. They, matter of fact, one of the bus drivers, they talked about it in a meeting, and they have one of the girls. They have those girls' pictures up in the office, because if they're seen on the property, they the bus drivers or the security guards are ordered to call the police right away.
Right. Now again, like we talked about last time, that there should be an officer there on scene and more security.
Well, we got three. We got three of them. We got two there. We got three there sometimes. I mean, but yeah, but all we need is a police officer there. That's all we need. So that way it
But
can back up the. Go ahead.
definitely more security. That's a plus.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's always a plus. Yeah, that's always a plus. Because um, doing on a nice days, you see that little bike back there? That's my e-bike, and I will be using that to go to work with, because because of how the buses are right now. But when it snows out, I won't be able to use it. But right now, I could. I'm gonna have a case on it with a phone, and I'll be going live with it when I'm riding down the street, and I'll be taking pictures of everything.
Just make
That
a
sounds like
bracket. They sell brackets for your phone for them.
cool.
I got it right there. See it? It's right there.
Nice.
It's already right there. So, so what do you think, man? Huh? Think I'm gonna go? You think I'm gonna drive without a phone, going live and taking pictures of everything that's going on in the city of Fall River? I got it going, man. I got it going on. I'll tell you.
Did you hear that that girl from the Ukraine and what happened to her in
Got
North
murdered on
Carolina?
a bus.
Do you know that now, because the transportation system is federal, now this guy has a federal charge on him?
Yeah, he murdered
Yeah,
that
you
girl
could
on
do
the
federal
bus.
time.
Huh?
He can do federal time.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. So,
Good. I hope
but
they.
you
I
know what
hope they
I
hang him.
wish? Yeah, you know what I wish? That you can't. What happened to Charlie Kirk today? Right? Could have happened to really anybody.
Yeah.
I think, especially these people that go touring around and speaking at college campuses, like that was his thing. How is it that in this country we can't have our own point of view, and somebody disagrees with it, and they have to do something about it? Like, what is going on here? Like, why did President Trump? I think this is my opinion. I think he needs to call the left radical people that are elected in office domestic terrorists. The ones that are calling for violence. Something needs to happen here to stop this madness. This is just nuts. That you can't even
Right.
go around talking just to talk to kids or to college kids. And now he's not going to be able to do it anymore, right? So now this country has lost somebody who helped President Trump get in office and who helped all these college kids vote for him and get in office. Now he's gone.
And now the father, now that the kids ain't gonna even have a father. I mean, yeah, I call it political violence. That's what I call it, political violence.
The world come to a point. It's a one-track mind. If you disagree with whatever they say or want, this is what they're gonna do to you now.
Yeah, but that's just the people that are not normal. This
put a muzzle on that thing.
Sorry about that.
This guy who they found the post that he might have done this, he's a trans. Like he's a trans.
Wow. I can't believe it though. Ukraine girl got murdered on that train too. These people are sick. I'm telling you. I don't have any words to say about this.
I mean, I just can't believe, like, that he's gone. Like Charlie Kirk is gone. He was young. He was what, in his 30s, 31 or something?
35.
Oh my God.
Wow, 11 years younger than me.
Yeah. 11 years younger than you. 35 years old. Already buried. That's a shame. It is. That's horrible.
Can you imagine that when you go talk to an audience at a college now, you have to have what? Bulletproof?
You're gonna have to wear bulletproof vests. Yep.
No, bulletproof window so that they can't get you. Like, this is nuts. What kind of a society are we living in?
I have no idea. I know. I think I know. Not ours. Not our society. Our society was never like this.
Right. AOC came out and blamed, without saying it, that it's the Republicans' fault because of the guns. But, she doesn't say that the rhetoric that the left pushes, like, she doesn't say anything about that. She doesn't say anything about that girl and what happened to her in North Carolina. No mention of that. No, it's the guns.
Yeah.
This is the kind of talk that gets people angry.
Right, because we all know that, yes, guns kill, but it's the people that have them, the people that operate them.
Right.
Well,
that's what kills people.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns.
It's unbelievable to me that how these people continue with their rhetoric no matter what happens. It's all a political point of view. Everything that happens is political.
Correct.
They can never say, maybe we need to just calm down with the rhetoric. Maybe we should try to get along. Maybe we should try to work with the Republicans. Maybe we can. No, they don't want to work with the Republicans. They want to start a fight.
Right. See, Democrats want to be like Hitler. Me, not you. I know what's best. You need a babysitter. I don't. That's how they look at the people.
Right.
They think everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't add up. It's like, oh, we're giving you freedoms, but we're gonna give you it on our terms. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't, but they keep pushing it.
Correct.
And they're relentless. They just don't stop.
No, they're crazy.
Right.
No matter what happens, there's always a political angle to it. It's maddening. It's maddening.
Yes, it is. It is maddening. It's crazy.
So Alphonse, you went to that debate last week, right?
Yes, and sorry about last week. My phone died.
That's okay.
Yes, the debate. Did you guys watched it from the Florida Reporter, right?
Yeah. Yep. Dave had it
Yeah,
on.
I had it on.
yeah. It was. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. In a way, it was bad, but at the same point, you see that none of them, no matter what candidates that's running, it's going to change. But as you can tell, the last person that showed up, he kind of showed up late, and he kept on saying every
Right.
answer.
Yeah.
Trial by error.
Right.
If I make a mistake, I'll pay for our expense. I don't think you have that kind of money. Well, after the debate ended,
Right.
and I was outside having a cigarette, he
Yeah.
came up and approached me and asked me how I felt on how he did. And I
Yeah.
kind of giggled and laughed at him. And I go, no offense, but I want to see you check your bank statement stating that you have over $200 billion in your account. So you can cover all these mistakes that you're planning on doing. And he sat there and giggled and goes, only if you could really see it. So that kind of told me, guy, you don't have a pot to pee in, you know?
Right.
You're
Yeah.
just like the rest of us, no matter if we're a dentist or a doctor, you know, living up in the Highlands, you're just an ordinary person like me or Joe down the street. It was more of like a comedy show. But they did touch on some good points and some bad points of the night. But there was really no solutions on anything. Basically, they're just going to keep doing what's been happening right along.
Oh, I don't know. I think one of them had some things to say. As a matter of fact, I think Coogan was the one that said, I'll bet you $500, Carlos, that, and I forget what it was. And
I
I
would
really
believe.
thought, yeah,
I would believe that was over the COVID money, because Carlos did mention that portion of the money went to a boxing event or some type of boxing school or somewhat.
yeah,
And Coogan threw out that it was going to be like a $500 bet that he would prove Carlos wrong on the
yeah,
matter.
right. Well, but he seemed
But
to pick on Carlos, though.
right, because Carlos is his pretty much out of the candidates. If Christopher was there, he would probably put up a fight, but he wasn't.
Right,
So basically, his focus was on Carlos,
right.
because
Yes.
Carlos is stronger than Boomer and
Yeah,
stronger than the other guy. A
right,
lot stronger. He has a lot more pull and has,
right.
want to say, more experience than the other guys with running the neighborhood and doing neighborhood things. Now, on the
Yeah,
other hand,
yeah,
Carlos needs to start speaking up and having a backbone and get into detail on the specifics on what he wants to do and how to go about doing it. Because nothing was really
Yeah, but like, what is it that you want them to do?
Right. And as stated, Coogan's planning on doing the same thing.
Right.
He, he's planning on moving forward and working with Boston because he's a Democrat and he's only going to work with Democrats. So if you're a Republican, an independent, or someone that doesn't vote or affiliated with anything, he ain't going to do nothing for you. He's not going to work with you.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the Democrats. I just said it. We just said it.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want to work with anybody. It's my way or the highway.
Right. And that's how they pretty much think of it.
Yeah, but what is it that you want Carlos to do? You said that he needs to be more specific. More specific about what?
Basically everything that he wants to do, like more, like how is he gonna get funding for the police department? What is he gonna do for the police department? Same thing with the fire department.
I thought he said something about that.
Pretty much he's gonna keep it the same way as it is. Get grants and funding. Right. But at the same time, you can rewrite the budget and put more money in the budget from the budget into the fire department and police department. See, the problem is that they put the school department as number one.
Right.
That gets the most funded in the budget. That's a ridiculous, outrageous number that the school department gets. If anything, that amount should be divided between the police department and the fire department. And then the rest of the budget should be going to infrastructure, streets, sidewalks, sewer drains,
But I just want to interrupt
water.
you for a second. Yeah, I just want to interrupt you for a second.
Sure.
So you want, you're a voter, and you're looking for a candidate that wants to take the money and not go to education and go to the police and the fire department, right?
Pretty much cut the school budget right out. Basically, take it off the tax roll altogether. Don't even budget for it. Make the parents budget for it.
Okay, so what happens if there is no candidate that is going to do that for you? Like, what do you
Well,
do?
then I guess I won't vote for that candidate and write myself in.
Okay, see, now this is right. So this is, I think this is the problem. Okay, and this is my opinion, where people get bogged down into thinking that this candidate, the candidate that I want them to do this, and this. And if they don't, and if they don't even do what, if they don't agree with even one thing that I want, I'm not even going to vote for them.
Well, a lot of things that I came up and the plans that I came up with, a lot of them disagree with me on everything I come across, and which everything that I come across will benefit the city 100%. But the problem is that they don't want to work with me. They don't want to work with just other people in general in the city.
Yeah,
and
Alphonse, you're doing the same thing with Carlos. You don't want to work with Carlos. So boom, he's gone. Forget it. I don't want to hear it because he's not going to do what I want him to do. This is the mistake. This is the mistake with voters, I think. You're never going to find a candidate that is going to agree or do whatever a voter wants 100%. It just doesn't exist. They don't exist. They don't exist.
Right. But if you can get an amount of voters to agree with one voter's ideal, that's where they were supposed to listen at that point. But on the
Then
other
the
hand,
voters, if the candidates are not giving
on the
the
same
voters
page,
what they
right, and
want,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but then you voters have to speak up and tell them what you want.
Right, and that's what we do in a lot of cases, and they ignore us, especially
No,
here in Fall River.
No, I'm talking about the new candidates. I'm not talking about the ones that are in office right now. I'm talking about the new candidates that you have, because you have an opportunity in Fall River to vote out Paul COOGEN. You
COOGEN,
have at
right,
least you have two. You have two. You have Boomer and you've got is it Carlos Caesar, right?
Carlos Caesar,
right,
yep.
Yeah. So you've got those two, and Carlos Caesar seems to be even more so than Boomer. He seems to be a stronger candidate because COOGEN pointed him out.
right,
Okay. Now, what
right,
you got to do, right? What the voters are going to do is they have to vote for Carlos. Okay. And then when he gets in, you guys get together, you hold him accountable, and you give him the ideas that you want. And then he's going to say whatever he needs to say. And he's going to say, it's not realistic. It's not in the budget. We have to do this. We have to do that. That's what has to happen. It can't be you, Carlos, are not going to do what I think you should do so that we have more police or that we have more fire. And if you're not going to do it, I'm not going to vote for you. Guess who gets in? Paul COOGEN.
Yep.
But
Paul
see, the
COOGEN
thing
gets
is,
in.
like I was saying, none of this would come out if these people would just get into detail on what they're doing. Like I said,
But
Coog,
how, Alphonse? How are they going to get into detail when they're not in the office yet? How can they get into detail?
well, very simple. It's basically, well, this is my plan. This is what I'm getting. My police department's going to look like this, and this is how it's going to be funded, right
I
down to a
understand,
T.
but what happens if it doesn't happen? You say, I promise that I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And then when you get there, you find out you can't do it. Then what happens?
Technically, you can. You can do anything. You're the government. You can make a change by making laws on that, amendments. You can
Yeah, but
rewrite
you
everything
need, okay, but you need
to
people to
make
vote
it.
for that. But you need to have people vote for that, yes or no,
Right.
right?
And
Yeah.
that's what we're saying. He needs, like Carlos, for example, needs to get a little backbone in it, get into more detail on how is he going to do run the city. These are the problems that we have. We don't want to hear what COOGEN did. We don't want to hear what Boomer's going to do. We want to hear Carlos. These are the issues we have. What's your plan? Same thing with the other candidates. But the questions ain't getting asked as an individual, and the individuals are not being specific on how they're going to do it. And if they can't do it right off the bat on what's their plan on how they're going to do it, how they're going to amend these laws so it could work for them, for the residents,
Well, that's what
mainly
I'm
for the
talking
residents.
about. Right. So that's what I'm
Right.
talking about. It's
Well,
how can they get detailed, all right, in when they really don't see where the money is going, that they have to deal with other people as well. They can't just do whatever they feel like doing. I mean, whoever the mayor is going to be, like say if it's Carlos, Carlos can't go in and say, excuse me, but I want to have the money. Instead of going to education, I wanted to go to the police and the fire department. And you're going to have to just make up a law for it so that this is going to happen. Do you really think that that's going to happen?
Pretty much he has to draft it. What I'm saying is that the mayor has to write it in order it gets passed through.
And then
Which,
what?
That doesn't happen overnight. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't happen overnight. But yes, the mayor can do it. It just takes time. Because you got to draft.
The mayor can do anything he wants, but the issue is, are the people going and the people that he works with, are they agree? That's the issue.
Well, the issue is that in City Hall, everybody has to get canned because they're all corrupt. You have to start from scratch. And in order to do that, you have to wait until the end of 2026 budget because half of it's already been passed. So in the time that the mayor is in office in that 6 months, he can come up with a new plan, a new budget, and a whole new hiring staff to make his plan work.
And again, that is your idea. That's not his. That's yours.
Right, that's my idea. But the thing is, Carlos's idea is pretty much keep it the same way as it is and just weed out certain people. The 4 supervisors, get rid of them. Save some money there.
Well, what's wrong with that?
That's pretty much just can everybody. That's pretty much doing what I'm doing.
Okay, but I'm playing the devil's advocate here. Why does Carlos have to fire everybody? He's gonna have no one.
Well, the thing is, like I said, in the 6 months that he's in, he's gonna check everything. Like he says.
Right. Yes, and that makes sense.
He's gonna be firing people anyway. And everybody knows that everybody in City Hall is corrupt. So if you're going to be firing 4 supervisors in that one department, and there's only 6 people that work there, you only got to have 2 workers.
But
so why don't you just can the 2 workers? So can the 2 workers along with the supervisor and have everybody reapply?
Yeah, isn't that what he's trying to do?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't understand why that's a problem for you.
Well, it's not a problem with me, but the thing is, the plan is, he didn't get into really detail on how what's the timeline of the firing, how much is it going to save the city by firing him?
What does that make, though, if that is the plan? What difference does it make if that's what he wants to do? Why is that detail that you need to have? You have to know when it's going to happen, why it's going to happen, how can anybody do that? How can anybody do that? Realistically, how can anybody do that?
Basically, it's what you're doing is you're running for mayor. You're running as a city. Now, pretty much, you should have all these numbers in front of you. How much these people get paid? How much? All right, for instance, how much of these 4 positions that you're going to fire?
Do you have those numbers, Alphonse? I'm just wondering, do you have those numbers? Are they public? Do you have those numbers?
You can get them public. You can get them public online. Either online or you can go to City Hall and request them.
And how do you know that they're accurate? How do you know that they're accurate?
They have to give you the accurate number of the day that you asked for it. So pretty much it's their salaries. So if I walked in today and asked for it, I'll get today's numbers on how much they're getting paid.
But my question is, how do you know that they don't fudge the numbers?
You could. They actually, all the numbers in Fall River are fudged.
Okay. Okay. So now you've got hopefully a new mayor that's going to go in there, but you're not going to vote for Carlos because you need a more detailed plan. Now, see,
Yeah.
this is self-defeating. How are people, if they have that kind of mentality, how is anybody new gonna get in office if you don't give somebody a chance? You are gonna get stuck with Paul COOGEN.
Yep.
You're gonna get stuck with Paul COOGEN. Again.
But like I said, if they come like Paul COOGEN doesn't have a plan, a detailed plan, and neither
Well, that's
does Boomer.
obvious. He's the mayor.
Right. The thing
Which
is
even worse. Which is even worse. And
right.
unfortunately, you are saying that Carlos doesn't even have one, and he's not the mayor. He's not nothing right now. And you're
Well,
already saying I'm not going to vote for him.
as of it stands right now, no. Like I said, they need to get into more detail on their plans. In order for me to vote for even Boomer, the dentist guy, any of them, they have to get into detail.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Alphonse, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get a detailed plan. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Right, and that's been like that for years. And that's why a lot of people don't register and vote. Because a lot of people want a detailed plan and no one gives one. And so that's why a lot of people don't register to vote.
And you just made my point. And you just made my point. The reason people don't vote is because they have to have a candidate that agrees with them 100%. And that is unrealistic. There is no such candidate that will do whatever you think they need to do. It doesn't exist. They don't exist. You have to work with them. You have to work with them. You can't just say, this candidate is not going to do this, so I'm not going to vote for him. One thing, this is how people vote. This is how people vote. This is why you guys in Massachusetts have the same problem over and over and over again. It's because you don't know how to work with other people. It has to be my way or the highway.
I worked with Carlos, and like I said, it's not, when I ask detailed questions, I get nowhere. Even, it's not just, like I said, it's not just Carlos. I've worked with multiple candidates, multiple.
I understand that, Alphonse. I understand where you're coming from, but you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
No, I understand where you're coming from. You think because I'm not agreeing with what
then meet me.
I
then
feel
Alphonse,
should happen.
meet me
Should
halfway.
happen.
Meet me halfway. Can
Like
you
I said,
meet me halfway?
like if you let me finish, let me finish. Like you think I feel that if it's my way or the highway? No, like I said, there's more. To me, yeah, the police and fire, but there's other topics. There's more than meets the eye that I disagree with him on. It's not just one or two items, and I brought it up to him. We talked about it. And that's the thing. It's nothing wrong with that. It's like he has his opinions and I have my opinions. You have your opinions. Dave has his opinions.
And what I'm trying to say, Alphonse, if people cannot get together and figure out how to work with all these different opinions, you are going to end up with Paul COOGEN.
But that's the thing. My vote doesn't really matter. It takes a community.
All right, okay, all right. Let's stop right there. When
It
when you
does
said
matter.
when
It
your
does matter.
vote, I was listening to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So when you say that your vote don't matter, your vote does matter. Okay, your vote does matter. Okay, and in my opinion, if Boomer don't get it, I would vote for Carlos Caesar anytime. Believe it or not, because I've heard Carlos Caesar talk. I've heard Carlos Caesar present numbers. I've heard him go after Coogan and everything, and Coogan did not answer him not one bit. So I'm going to tell you, Coogan and Boomer. Okay, if Boomer don't get it, then I would throw my vote to Carlos, because if you don't, like Annalisa said, okay, you're going to end up with Coogan back again, and that's the one thing that we don't want is having Coogan for another 4 years, okay? Because Coogan is going to destroy this whole entire city, okay, with market rate housing, okay. He's gonna go back again, and he's gonna implement more taxes, and probably implement the purple bags. Do you want that? I don't want that. I don't think anybody else in Fall River don't want it either.
The city of Fall River has been destroyed since the Bob Correa administration. It started then.
I remember the Bob Correa. I remember Bob Correa, eliminated half of the fire department, half of the police department. Okay, I remember that. Okay, I remember what Bob Correa did, because I
Bob
was always.
Bob
Go ahead.
Bob Correa took a lot of abandoned properties over and fined wrong property owners for them. Tore down a lot of buildings.
God bless his soul, Bob Correa. All he was thinking about, if I would have known he was only thinking about his pockets, I would have never voted for him. But guess what? I thought it was gonna be good. Same thing with Sam Sutter. Sam Sutter did pretty good too. Until he made a mistake about implementing the $10 fee. He implemented that $10 fee. So Carlos Caesar, Sam Sutter made a mistake. So when Sam Sutter ran for mayor again, the people brought that up, and they said, and that's why he got the votes, but he didn't get the votes to win.
Yeah, because of that $10 fee, but that was already in the contract. He got handed a bad situation on that. He only was in 6 months in office. And overviewing contracts, if anyone knows contracts, would be Sutter. He got handed a bad deal with the trash. He was only looking after the interest of the city on that matter, because if we would have had to buy out that contract, the city was already broke as it was. It would have hurt the city even worse.
Even with the former mayor Will Flanagan, okay. Even with former mayor Will Flanagan made a bad choice too, coming out with the purple bags. And then when Jazel got in there, Jazel got rid of the trash bags, but also filled his pockets, helped himself, and filled his pockets with money, and that was it.
Well, Flanagan had multiple stuff wrong with his campaign when he was mayor. It wasn't just a purple bag situation. You had the windows, the scandal with the windows.
I remember that. Yep.
Remember when one of the councilors resigned and he appointed Gisela city councilor instead of going for a vote?
Well, Kathy Ann Viveris was supposed to take that seat, but with Mayor Will Flanagan, okay, Mayor Will Flanagan offered Kathy and Viveris a administration job. So that's how Jazel got in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of shady stuff going on
Yeah, too much
for
going on.
years. Property numbers.
Who
I
put
can
the
tell you
windows
right.
in? Who put the windows in the city hall? Who ordered the windows for the city hall?
Who did it? Global. It was the Global Glass. Remember the glass place at the corner on Rodman and Lewison Street?
Yeah, I remember.
It's a vacant lot now.
Yeah.
It's a vacant lot. The deal was that if they put the glasses in the window in the 6th floor, had them done because they owed $1 million worth of taxes, back taxes.
Yeah.
Flanagan said if they put the windows in, he would wipe out the $1 million debt that they owed in taxes. So they went and did it. Well, like a month after that, the company got seized by the IRS because it was a bogus sale. Flanagan couldn't do that. So the 6th floor winded up with all new windows for free. The guy was going to jail. He winded up dead. So he winded up passing. So they took ownership of the property and they tore down the building.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now it's a vacant lot.
Yeah. Well,
it's just like all the property appraisals. All the property appraisals in Fall River are all wrong. All the numbers are wrong. They're above value, what they
for
are.
everybody, yes, for everyone, for everything, and in this country too, they're all overvalued.
Right, and I learned this from an attorney out in New York that Fall Rivers, like my old father's house, was appraised for $20,000. Cliff Ponte overappraised it to $287,000.
Yeah, that's more taxes.
Right. And that was due because of the abandoned lot in the back of my father's house. He assumed it belonged to my father. And it didn't.
They assume a lot of things.
Yep. They didn't even look through the house. They just assumed.
Right. That's what they do. Yeah.
Right. That's why a lot of these houses, you say, look, that house sold for $1 million is what the city appraised it for. But it needs about $2 million worth of restoration.
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
So go figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My old father's house needs to actually be demoed. Needs to be torn down. The foundation's no good. And it has asbestos tiles underneath the aluminum siding.
Nobody's going to buy the house.
Oh, they did. Two owners. Someone bought it. Then they started doing work without building permits, and the city stopped them, fined them. Then they resold it. They had to put it on a short sale. Someone bought it for a little over $300,000.
Wow.
And the house is degutted. It needs to be demoed.
Holy mackerel!
That's happening all over the state. It's happening everywhere. It's happening.
I know because I go to houses and clean them out for realtors and that.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I cut lawns for them and all. I clean the houses, the foreclosed houses and all. I know the game.
Right.
Wow.
Oh
yeah, it's a game for sure, and it's all just to get money from you, from the taxpayers.
Yep. My house.
That's the bottom line.
My father's old house was owned by 4 different mortgage companies that sat in the same office. It was a pyramid scheme mortgage company. Honestly, I uncovered it. Me and my father uncovered it. until he went to the hospital. The day that he had to go to foreclosure court, he was in the hospital, and his wife that left him abandoned in the hospital name was on it as well. And instead of going to court, she didn't. So it went into foreclosure, completely foreclosure.
I got a question here. I was just thinking about it for the last couple of days, but I wanted to wait until I got on. But I want to ask you guys, because you guys, Annalisa's got, she's pretty good at things and analyzing things and talking about them. And what do you think about the Fall River Police Department having e-bikes?
What?
E-bikes, like use them for the summer. Like like how they have regular bikes. I was thinking about them getting on e-bikes, and patrolling the pathway with them and everything, and like ride around on the streets and neighborhoods with them. I was just thinking about that because I think e-bikes would be really good for them. I think. I'm not sure because they got regular.
Well, you have already a tight budget, and those are expensive. So I don't think that's a good idea. That's me.
But I mean, I mean, e-bikes for them. You know what I'm saying? Because those things go pretty fast. Those things go pretty fast.
I would say maybe one or two, but not a whole fleet of them.
Maybe one or two or three of them. That's about it.
Right. Not like 20, 30 of them, but at least have a majority of pedal bikes. But the electric bikes, since they go a good speed, I would say at least get two, do it no more than 3, possibly 4. Just in case that if they gotta go after someone else, like David that runs through stop signs with his. Just kidding.
I went through stop signs with mine.
Just kidding, David. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So they can at least catch up to you. I can see at least having a couple.
Well, because those e-bikes go fast. They do.
Because when I have my bike,
I don't get
could take.
Go ahead.
I could get my bike up to 30 miles an hour, over 30 miles an hour, and that's pedaling. And that's right there on North Main Street.
Well, what makes you think that an e-bike is going to help solve crime if they can't even do it now? Like, what's an e-bike going to do? Well, how is that going to improve?
Well, e-bikes can go. They can go through the woods because people use their bikes.
To be honest with you, when they have the bicycles, the cops on bicycles, they usually compared to an e-bike, they would tire out quicker if they have to do like a high-speed chase, because an e-bike does go a little faster than a pedal bike. So in a way, yes, it would help the cop chase the criminal if he's a bicycle officer, if you know what I'm saying. But on the other hand, I can see your point that right now we don't have enough police officers, or police officers not doing their jobs, whatever the scenario is. That's something we have to look into as well. And like I said, somehow get more officers, and it's basically more tools to add to the force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they're not doing their job now. How is more tools gonna help?
Like I said, what we need is enforcement. We need people to the people that are in charge now to
Yeah.
enforce these cops and these justice systems to
Right.
uphold the law and do their job, or else suffer the consequences of either suspension without pay or termination or something.
Something. Yeah.
Something has to be done on both ends of the both on both sides of the board.
Well, Alphonse,
And I think
how about why are there two law enforcement agencies, the sheriff department and the police department? We have two law enforcement agencies and they can't even curb the crime. So something is wrong. You have the sheriff's
yeah,
department that does the whole county, and then you have the police department that just does local work. Nobody can get a
right.
handle
And
on crime.
basically they need to work together. Both agencies need to be a whole as one. Even the state police, they need to come in as a whole and work as a team. And that's what the problem is. There's no team effort.
Right. And
And
I was just talking
that's
about
what
that.
they need.
And I was just talking about that. There is no team effort, and that is an issue. It's a big
Right,
issue for the Democrat Party right now because it's my way or the highway. You have to
right.
find a way to work together. And this is, I think, what is missing. It is a huge piece of the puzzle that's missing because I think people are like, well, I'm right, you're wrong. So I don't even want to hear you because that's a stupid idea. My idea is better than yours. You don't have what I want. It's never gonna work. This kind of attitude is just not gonna work. You have to be practical as to what can realistically be done with what we have. What can you do with what you have, not with what you might have, or if we
Or
add
don't
this,
have.
this might. How can you improve what you have right now with what you have? Like, how can you do this? That's the question. And that is the thing that people do not want to think about because they're thinking about, well, you know what, this can happen, that can happen, we should do this. No, you have to look at what's going on right now. The police is not, they're not doing their job. The police are not doing their job. Sheriff department, I don't know. I don't think they're doing anything either. This is not just in Fall River. This is everywhere.
Right.
They're not doing their job. The elected officials are not doing their job. How can people in the community change what is going on and break this tyranny that is happening over there? This is tyranny. This is tyranny.
Basically, more people, well, for starters, more people need to speak up. A
That's
lot of
huge.
people,
Yes.
a lot of people don't speak up because they're afraid of someone
Retaliation.
ditching their plan or disagreeing what they have. That's
Right.
for starters.
Retaliation.
Number
Retaliation.
right.
Yeah. Against the law.
Number two. Number two is working as a team. Like, for example, if let's say, for example, David was a counselor and I'm a civilian, or vice versa, I'm a counselor and David's a civilian.
Yeah.
David comes up to me with a problem and I promise to call him back and I
Yeah.
blow him off for 6-7 months.
Right.
You know, no input or nothing. That
Right.
discourages David and other people because now he's got to tell other people, well, I contacted this counselor and he listened to me for like the 5 minutes or whatever, and he said he was going to get back to me, and 6
Well,
months
that's
later,
happening
never
right now.
did.
Well, that's what's happening right now with the representatives that
Right,
people elect in that state. They do nothing. Why do
Sounds
they
like
get
right.
reelected? Something's
so it
wrong.
sounds it
Something is
sounds
wrong.
it sounds like Linda Pereira. Every time you call her, she doesn't get
Yes,
back to you.
exactly. Exactly. She tells you to go to
Right.
an open meeting, or
Yeah.
they don't want to deal with you on a one-to-one level. They just don't want to do that. They don't want to listen to you. They just
Right.
want to do what they want. They just want to do what they want.
I was I wa I did have one guy that I worked with. I'll be honest with you. There was one guy I worked in City Hall when my father got fined for the abandoned property. They charged his mortgage company the $60,000 for demolition fee of property that he didn't own,
Oh my God.
and and it caused a lot of problems. His second wife, my father's second wife, winded up moving out because of it and putting a change of address in. And when my father was in the hospital, the city put the house as abandonment because they assumed he moved with the wife on Section 8. And the house went into foreclosure. Well,
Yeah,
when the
that's what they
foreclosure,
wanted. They wanted the house. That's it. That's what they
right,
want. They are real estate grabbers, just like Mara Healey is doing right now. It's the same
right,
story. It's the same
right.
story all over the place.
Well, my father fought it. He was in the house for like 7 years fighting it. And the whole entire time, his wife's name's still on the lease, right? Well, on the mortgage. And here she is collecting Section 8 in Fall River. She applied for Section 8 and got it. And got on Section 8 housing. When she had a house with a mortgage, and all she had to do was help pay it. And she bailed. She left my dad because my dad got sick with lung cancer and heart disease. So she left him abandoned when he was ill. So, it's
So,
kind of screwed
so,
up.
so when getting back to what needs to happen with what you have, that is more important, and to have a candidate that will be able to work through whatever needs to get worked through little by little and start, I guess, all over again, or pretty much all over again, because that's what Carlos seems to be saying to me. I don't know about
Pretty,
Boomer. He really hasn't said anything about that. But if the city is in trouble, like I hear, right, then I think Carlos has the right idea.
pretty much in a point sense, yes. We need to do. He is right on that one line. We do need to start over.
Right.
But like I said, with that, he would have to explain, like you said, he has to explain it a little better.
Well,
And that's what,
when somebody is running for candidates, like a candidate, it's very hard to go into detail. As long as the voter knows that they are in a position and they are, one of the issues is what they want to do to help the city is that we need to start over again. We need to fire people. That's when someone should say, oh, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. I like that idea because we need that here. You don't have to have a detailed plan. When the person gets in there, then they go in and figure it out, and then you hold them accountable. There is no way that someone can go into a situation and say, I'm going to do this, and this because it won't happen. Because it won't happen. It won't happen. You know that. How can that be? How can that be? It just can't. It just can't. They have to talk in general, broader terms to say, this is what I would like to do. This is my idea. That's what candidates talk about, their ideas, what they want to do. Then you put them in there because they said that they wanted to do something with City Hall, fire the 4 people, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes in and he does it. Or you hold them to it. It's like, Carlos, when are you going to start firing these people? Because you said you wanted to start this all over again. When are you going to start doing it? So if you don't put him in there, you're not giving him a chance at all to do anything.
But you got to put Carlos in there.
You're just going to push him aside because you're looking for a detailed plan when that is impossible. I don't understand how anybody can do that. When you go buy a house and you say, you got to give me all the details of who's living next door, you have to tell me the problems beforehand before I buy this house so that I know exactly what's going to happen so I'm ready for it. No, that's impossible.
Technically, with house laws, you're supposed to. There is laws on that.
I'm saying, Alphonse, you're not listening. Alphonse, when you go buy a house, you don't tell the realtor that I need to know how much everything is going to cost in the future if this all breaks down. How much is this going to cost me if this happens, if this happens, if this happens? Give me a detailed report.
Well, technically, when a realtor does sell a house, they're supposed to give you a detail, the good points of the house and the bad points of the house.
Yeah, but my point is how do you know what's going to happen when you buy the house?
But the thing is, like, if a good realtor, right, will tell you if you buy this house and explains the good points and the bad points. Now, usually the buyer will ask them, well, with these bad points.
And Alphonse, what happens if somebody doesn't tell you one thing? What happens when someone misses something? What are you going to do?
Technically, the property owner can go after the realtor. Because there's laws. They're supposed to give you a detailed description on the house before they sell it. Even if there's a pet cemetery in the backyard, they're supposed to notify the buyer.
This is the problem right here. Everybody expects to have everything laid out for them. And if it's not laid out for them, they need to have a recourse so they can backpack. They can backpedal what decision they made to go forward. You're never going to go forward. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. You are going to get stuck with Paul COOGEN, period. That's it. That's the mentality. If that's most people's mentality and how they vote, then you're going to get stuck with Paul COOGEN. With the status quo.
That's why a lot. Like I said, a lot of people look for detail. That's why a lot of people don't vote, because people don't get into detail of their plan.
Good luck to that.
That's why it's in a way it's a shame, but in a way it's facts. People want detailed descriptions on what they're going to do and how they're going to do it.
And I'm telling you and everybody else that's looking for a detailed plan, you're dreaming. You're in dreamland. And what's going to happen is because your dream isn't coming true of how you want a candidate to be, and you're not looking at it realistically, you're going to end up with Paul COOGEN.
That's the thing. Paul COOGEN will get in because, like I said, a lot of people look for a detailed thing. It's not, people look at it as a fantasy thing. No, it's not a fantasy thing. It's a reality thing.
Does Paul COOGEN have a detailed plan?
No, like I said, none of them have a detailed plan, and that's what people want. People here want detailed plans. They
You
want to
gotta
know
let
if
me
their taxes
know.
are going to go high.
I
If
want to
their
know.
taxes are going to go high, how
I
much?
want.
What's the percentage?
I want to know what candidate is willing to give you and those other voters that want a detailed plan, and he's going to have to follow it to the T because that's what you want and the voters want. And if it's the wrong thing, there's nothing he can do about it because you're going to hold him accountable for it.
Pretty much that's how it was supposed to be. You're supposed to show a detailed plan. And so, and like most people, leaders will tell you, I have 2 terms to do it, 2 years to do it. My plan ain't going to be completed in 2 years.
You know, this
So
is,
I
you
might
know
have to
what?
do this in a second or third or fourth
I
election.
really think I really think the people in Massachusetts, if most of them think that way, it's never going to change. You're never going to change anything because the mentality doesn't change. So you're always going to be looking for a candidate that has to be perfect and the way you want it, detailed plan, and it has to go down to a T. I really don't recall President Trump when he was running that he had a detailed plan on how he was going to enforce immigration law and everything else that inflation. I really don't remember him giving a detailed plan on how he was going to curb inflation. I don't remember that. He said he
And
was
that's what,
going he said he was going to use tariffs to do that, which a president hasn't done that at all. Now, can you imagine if all the voters that voted for him wanted a detailed plan from President Trump? He would not be in office right now. It would be Kamala Harris. It would be Kamala Harris.
even Kamala Harris, she wouldn't most likely be in either.
No,
Because
Harris.
she didn't give a detailed plan either. None of
Yeah.
them did.
And because of that, people don't vote. That's why people don't vote is
A lot
because
of
they
people
don't have a
don't vote.
detailed plan.
A lot of people don't vote for that. That's one of many reasons why.
Can I say
It's not
something?
just that they don't
Yeah,
get
say
into
something, Dave.
detail.
I mean, this is just going nowhere. Can you see how the circle? It just there's no meeting of the minds here, and this is the problem. This is the problem. This is what I was trying to illustrate. This is the problem when you have of the voters that are not willing to try and work with someone who says, look, I don't think I can have a detailed plan, but I can tell you what my ideas are and maybe how I can execute it. And they're like, no, you have to come up with a plan. How is anything going to work like that? Tell me. Can you tell me, Dave? How is that going to work?
Like I said,
Okay.
we were willing to listen to his point of view, but the point of view that he has, he didn't get into detail with it.
Again, this is the same thing. I keep
That's the
saying
whole
it.
point.
Do you see how the listening is
See,
not
the
there?
thing is,
Go
the
ahead,
thing
Dave.
is,
Go. I
All
want
right.
Dave to.
Okay. All right. Time out. Time out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, you can't come up with a detailed plan. Okay. But the only thing is, and I agree with Annalisa, because the only thing you can come up with is okay, well, I have ideas. You can't come up with any detailed plans whatsoever. Because if that was the case, okay, then if Donald and President Trump used that again, and I agree with Annalisa, you would have Kamala Harris, and so having a plan and having ideas is great, but detailed plans, if you want to iron them out, there's no possible way. I'm sorry,
and that's why a lot of people don't get elected.
And that's why you have a problem in Massachusetts, is because then what happens is this is what people in Massachusetts don't understand. You're going to have Paul Coogan once again because the voters are unwilling to listen to somebody who does have something different, but they need to have a detailed plan. It's never going to happen. Do the people of Massachusetts understand that it's never going to happen, that it's never going to happen? Do you get that? Do the people understand
But
that by now? By now?
I understand that, but that's the thing. That's what needs to be changed. That needs to be changed. So
Well,
people can, because other
okay,
than
then
that, that you.
Alphonse, if that's the case, then you should have a detailed
Hey, hey,
outline of what a candidate should have. And you should give it to your candidate and say, look, Carlos, I want you to do this, 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 and this. This is my detailed plan that I want from you. Can you come up with a detailed plan, Alphonse, that you can give Carlos so that he can follow it to the T?
Yes.
Okay.
I can give him a detailed thing on every solution to every problem in the city.
Okay, then I think you should write it down. You should give it to him.
But the thing is, not just him. I would have to give it to every city councilor, including our mayor now, which I've already done this before. In detailed letters with trash. And you know what happened? And went into the waste barrel.
Right. Why is that, Alphonse?
Because you know why? You know why? Because the secretary never handed it to him. Never wanted me to sit down and have a scheduled visit with any mayor. Because I have a plan and a good layout. The problem is that people like me that have good ideas, that are willing to work with these mayors, no matter even if it's their idea to help improve their ideas to better the residents, they still won't work with me.
Well, but what makes you think your idea is better than anybody else's?
Why? Because it's the best plan, because it would work for the people.
Well, how do you know
It
that?
will help the people. How?
How do you know
Because I
that?
talk to people out in the public. I talk to property owners.
No. How do you
I
know
talk to
the
business
plans? No. How do you know the plans that you have are going to work? Not because you're talking to people. How do you know it's going to work?
Because it's what the people want, and I know for a fact it will work because it works in other communities. I've been to other communities where my ideas actually help their communities because they have the same ideas as me.
That's it. You just said it. You just confirmed it for me. They have the same ideas as you. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for.
No, other towns, other people. There's other people in the city that had the same ideas as well.
I know.
And brought
and that's
it up.
what you're looking for. You want the people that think like you.
And you want to know something? 90% of the people in Fall River do. I won't say 90%, but maybe you'll give or take less.
Well, then what? Okay,
One thing people want in the city of Fall River is lower taxes.
I don't
Lower
want
taxes.
I don't want to make you feel bad, Alphonse. But if 90% of the people agree with you, then you should be a candidate for mayor.
But that's the thing. I work 17 hours sometimes a day. Okay? So it's tough for me to go out and get signatures. Okay? And when I do go out, it's kind of tough with laws and stuff. But if you like, because of laws, because technically you can't just walk up on anyone's property. And you can't hang out overnight inside shopping centers or parks when their businesses are closed. Because a lot of times I work until like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
So do you think
And
that, Alphonse, they can write you in?
They can, but that's up to the people if they want change.
Well,
And if they're willing to listen.
If you're correct
But
in
like,
your assumption that 90% of the people of Fall River agree with your idea, then they should write you in and you can become mayor.
especially with the trash. I think we should have a trash-powered, what do you call it, power station here in the city. But in the meantime, you gotta have your recycling done. And which in the recycling industry, you gotta separate everything in its own separate bin and have its own separate truck pick it up.
And let me tell you what I
That's
think
the
about
only-
recycling. When I ran for Senate and up in the North Shore, I don't believe in recycling. I think it's a farce. I think it's a sham.
Believe it or not, it's actually a moneymaker if you know how to do it right.
For them, it's a money
You
maker.
can turn that into money.
That's my point.
Because, for example, paint, dry paint you can use as mulch. You can dry the bag up the dry mulch. I mean, dried up paint, break it up, bag it up, and use it as mulch. It's safely environmental. Same thing with wood, branches and that. You can chip that away and sell it as bagged mulch so the city can make money.
About recycling plastic, which you cannot do. You can't do that.
I'll be back.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you can recycle a Coca-Cola bottle, you can recycle any type of plastic. Milk, they're all recyclable. It's just finding a place to buy it from you to recycle it. And that's where the laziness comes in.
And that's where I don't agree. I don't agree with recycling. I think it's a waste. That's it. Period.
Because wood and oil you can chip up, sell as firewood, have water fires, park fires, bonfires. You can sell all that wood.
So that plastic goes all up in the air.
You know how much money? You know how much money I make a night? Right, if I go outside and can't pick cans and bottles, you know how much money I make in one night? About $100, if not more, in cans and bottles. Yeah, in cans and bottles, picking trash.
Because you return it. Because you return it, not because you go and return it.
Right. You go pick the trash. You go return it, you get your 5 cents. Now that goes to the company. You know that store's making money off of your 5 cents nickel that can that you turned in. Yeah, you get a nickel, but the store gets 7 cents. The store makes 2 cents off of every can and bottle.
Yeah,
so
they charge you 5 cents, so they're making 2 cents on every single thing that gets recycled.
Pretty much the companies that recycle like Coke and that, they pay out the people that accept the cans back a 2 cent profit. They give them 7 cents in total. The nickel that they pay out to the customer and then a 2 cent profit.
Okay, I want to know.
They give them a 2 cent. They buy the can off the store for 2 cents, and plus reimburse them.
I don't understand. I don't know what you're trying to say, Alphonse, with that, but I mean, I don't think people are going to be making a lot of money with recycling bottles and all that stuff. It's just not going to happen.
Oh yeah, you do, especially with scrapping metal and washers and dryers and that. If you break everything down and turn it in, yes, you can.
Yeah,
you can make a lot of money. But the problem is that you got to keep everything separate to its own container, and because they're buying it dirty. When you mix everything into one container, It's
Yeah, I
dirty.
think everybody knows that, Alphonse. I really do. I really think people know that you can recycle metal and that all that. But I think we're getting off course here of what we're trying to discuss, and we're trying to figure out what candidates can become mayor so that Paul Coogan can get out of office. Go ahead, Dave.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they just need to talk a little better communication with the residents. To me, it's detail. Some people, it's detail. Other people have their own picks at everything. My advice is to the candidates: try to please everybody with, as best as you can.
Never, ever, ever gonna happen.
But
Never gonna happen.
both sides. Both sides. Try to work with both sides.
A manager in a business is never going to please everybody. They have to make a decision for the business, whether anybody likes it or not. That's what they do.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right. But at the same time, try to help both sides out on the situation so both people are happy. Yes, it's a business that you have to run. You gotta, it's a cutthroat business. At the same time,
That's not how things are run. That is ideology. That is
cut the balloon in half. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Dave. That's not gonna happen. That's
it's my turn, man.
Yeah, go.
Wow, I think I'm running the kindergarten show here.
Huh?
I think
No, we're having a discussion, a reasonable discussion here, and it's just that, like you said, we're speaking. We're all different people here, and we're speaking what we all feel, what's good and bad about a situation as an individual.
Okay. So there's two things. Where are we with the fire department? Where are we with Moore Healy, Governor Healy? Let's start with the fire department, then we're gonna work out with Moore Healy. So
yeah, you go to the fire department.
Okay, so where are we with that?
All right, to me, the fire department just got, I guess, money to restaff. I guess they made their quota. I guess the city signed over the money. But that's only for overtime, for the overtime fire guys, for overtime. To me, like I said, we do need all new fire stations. We're going to be needing one or two more new ones because of all the new development that we have in the city. So as it stands right now, we're short-staffed on equipment and fire stations, including fires. This is my estimate. So bear with me.
The update. The downtown fire department. Where are we with the update? Where are we with the updating the fire department downtown?
So far there's really no update on updating anything downtown. But far as my acknowledgement is that they're supposed to have the money for that. Far as my acknowledgement months ago when it first got reported. I guess they released money to have that fixed, at least the major stuff fixed.
Well, we have sealants paint. We have sealing paint peeling. We have major things going on over there. And
to me, to be honest with you, that parking lot across the street from there, they should build a whole new fire station right there. And then transfer all them engines and equipment from the old station, put it in the new station, and then tear that one down. And then rebuild a second station there as another backup station. That's what I would do with that. In that situation. But every city fire station that we have here needs to be redone in some way or form. The one down the Flint needs work. The one down south here needs work. The south end one needs work. We're short of the stations. So we're not just short on stations, we're short on fire staff. So again, we need more firefighters. The firefighters that we have are working extremely too much overtime. And that causes for injuries and accidents to happen. So we need more fire station. Well, more employees, to be honest with you. To me, I think they should be about 8 people per truck, not 4. If you know what I mean.
I've already discussed that a lot. Okay, about the about the overtime. They should have used that money to staff but they should have used that money to staff, not use that money for overtime for the same bodies that they're using for the to go out and poke fires on.
Correct, because that's actually you're putting the public safety in danger by having these firemen work all these overtime, and it's not just the safety to residents, but our firefighters as well. Health issues and other issues that come along with long hours like that. Like I said, I work 17 hours, and I know that from experience. Yes, it does put a toll on you. And I'm not even a firefighter. A firefighter has a worse job than I do, so I can understand that, yeah, they need extra help and they need to be fully funded. Just
Okay,
like the
how are you going to do
EMT.
that, Alphonse? I want to interject here. How are you going to do that?
Pretty much as it stands right now, the fire department is being run off of grants, portions of the grants, because the city only budgeted so much. The police department and the fire station is below budget, meaning that the city didn't budget enough money for that. Now, any leader knows that the fire station and the police department needs to be 100% funded before other departments. Besides, pretty much the four things you really need, 5, maybe 6 tops, is what you need before even education is police, fire,
Okay, but I
road.
asked, how are you going to do that? How are you going to fund 100% that you would like for the police and the fire department?
Well, for starters, a lot of these positions that are in City Hall, like the city administrator's position, you can get rid of that position. That's $140,000 right there that you can split in half to put towards the police and fire department.
Yeah, that could
There's
be one
other work.
person.
What was that?
One person.
That's one position. So far, that's one position, and that's already, like I said, 70,000 will go to fire department. 70,000 will go towards the police department, and then there'll be tons of pay cuts because there's a lot of salaries in City Hall that are over $100,000 that they get.
When if you have people in City Hall that are listening to you saying that you want to get rid of city administration and you want to cut everybody's salary in half, you are going to have a fight.
Well, that's great. That's great because technically, how I look at it is that City Hall is a servant to the people. That means the people, right?
Right.
They work for us. That means they get either equal pay than us or less pay. Either or. You're not better than us. They're not kings and queens. They're not royalty. They're not Hollywood movie stars.
Right. I
So,
agree.
to
I
me,
agree. But you're going to have a very hard time. What I'm trying to say is you're going to have a big fight and a big wall from those people that they're going to give you help. They're going to give you help,
well, they
basically.
can give me hell all they want. It's a
And
plain simple fix. You know, if this is what the residents and the taxpayers want, you're going to do it. You're the servant to them. And that's that. You answer to them. It's what they want. And if you can't handle what they want, then government job ain't the job for you because you're the servant of the people, and the
well,
majority of the
right,
people
but
want this.
Carlos said that she was going to fire 4 City Hall workers, right?
Pretty much that only he says he's only going after the people the departments that have 4 or more supervisors in that department. He's
And that
gonna
makes
fire supervisors.
sense. That's a start, right?
Right. But the thing is, you gotta prove that there's 4 supervisors in one department. Now that's a question. How many supervisors are in each department? There was only
Well,
supposed to be
to say
one.
it's each department. He said the department that has 4 or more, not each department.
But the question is, you gotta go through all departments, not just one department. Now, if there's one department, what department is it?
It's not one department. He said the departments that have
That has
4
four or
managers
more.
or more. He didn't say it was 1, and he didn't say it was all of them.
But
He
that's the
said
thing. He said
which
4.
ones have it. I don't know which ones have it, but there is a lot of double dipping in government.
See, the thing is, what he's saying is that, yes, there's people in City Hall and departments that are getting their supervising pay. They're getting supervisors' pay, and they're not supervisors. They're only low-class workers. So again, they're getting overpaid for
Right.
these jobs, and these are where the cuts gotta come from. Basically, that's how you gotta start getting rid of people is by cutting their pay. Because
Right.
we all
That's
know
what he said he was
nothing's
going to
get. This is what we basically need to start with in the next 6 months. Whoever's in mayor, first 6 months, you have to start going through their salaries, see
do. Right.
who makes what
Exactly.
contracts
But
and
you said you weren't
and
going to
start
vote for
paying.
Carlos because he doesn't have a detailed plan.
Right. And that's the reason so far I haven't voted him. But like I said, we have until when? November. He can change my mind from here until then. He could come up with a better plan strategy.
Okay.
Am
Obviously, I
I
don't think
correct or am I wrong?
where I'm coming from, that's very hard to do.
Like I said, in some cases, yes, I agree with you. That is very hard to do, and it's very unusual someone does that. It is. But
Right. So
like
why
I
are you
said,
demanding it?
why? Because that's what most people want. I, for one,
No,
want it, and
not
some
what
other
most
people
people
want
want.
it.
It's you said you wanted it. Why?
I want it, and most other people want it. They want a detailed description. And why they don't speak up on it, I have no idea. That's up to them. Maybe they're afraid of the retaliation. I have no
Because they
idea.
want a
But
detailed
like
plan.
I said, the people I talk to say the same thing. A lot of these candidates don't have a good plan or a detailed plan to back up
You
on
know,
how they're going to do it.
if that's the case,
It's not
Alphonse,
so
you're
hard.
going to call COOGEN again. That's all I gotta say. Paul COOGEN is coming back into office very easily, very easily. If most
But
people
like I
in
said,
Fall River think like that, then Paul Coogan is going to get back in. That's all.
well, the thing is, that's why a lot of people don't vote. That's why there's a lot of turnout. A lot of people don't
Right,
register.
and that's
But
why
at the
the
same
incumbents
time,
always get in, Alphonse, because of that attitude. Do
but
you
the thing is,
understand?
as of right now, the people that are registered are confused. They're dazed and confused on what they're
Good,
talking
but
about.
they should
They
be
don't
because
have a detailed plan.
that's right. Well,
Some of the
no,
voters
because they're
even
not
told
going
me.
to get one, Alphonse. They're
At
not
a
going to get
time,
one.
my
They
ears.
need to listen to the candidate, the ideas that they have, and what they're going to do and try to do with the ideas that they have. They don't need a detailed
I understand that.
to
I
go in
understand that idea.
and convince
But
these people that can't figure out who to vote for so that they can have a detailed plan so that they know exactly what they're going to do when they get in. That is very unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It's just unrealistic. It's not going to happen.
but that's what the people want. A majority of people want that. And that's what turns down people from voting.
Well, then you
It's
know what?
because
I'll
they
say
don't
it
get a
again.
detailed plan.
I'll
But
say it
like I
again,
said,
Alphonse. Paul Coogan is going to get back in because these people want what they want, and they won't go out and vote because they don't get what they want, and you're going to get Paul Coogan in.
and the thing is,
That's
like I
what's going
said,
to happen.
some of the
That's what's going to
ideas, like I said, some of the ideas he has are good ideas, like firing people. Yes, that's a good idea. But how you gonna go about doing it?
Oh my
That's
gosh! How
what
do you think he's going to go about it?
someone asked me.
I know. Pink slips.
Yeah, go
Pink
ahead. You
slips.
go. I don't understand it. I mean, this is just like over a revolving door. It just doesn't. It
But
just.
these are the questions that I ask.
If people think
Even
like
people on other shows ask this.
Paul
Ask
Coogan is
this
going to
all
get
the
back in.
time.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. You
All
get back
right.
in.
Okay. All right. This is all right. Again, we're gonna go back with the details. Okay. We can't have details. You can have ideas. Yes. But if we keep on going out there with the details like that, guess what's going to happen? It's not going to work. Coogan will get back in. Okay. That's why we have to, we have to vote for Carlos Caesar. Okay. We have to vote for Carlos Caesar because Carlos Caesar, right now, Mayor Paul Coogan is sweating because of what Carlos Caesar is doing. Okay. Carlos Caesar comes up with numbers. Carlos Caesar, he comes up with numbers. He comes up with everything. Okay. Boomer, same thing, but a little different. Okay. So we got two good candidates there. Okay. Two good candidates. So we have to get people out there to vote. Okay. To get out there and vote because we got two good candidates. So, you know what? I mean, with all this stuff, go ahead.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. This is what I think is going to happen. You have right now two good candidates that are running for Fall River, and if Alphonse is correct that people want a detailed plan, and these two candidates cannot come up with one, that means they're not going to go out and vote, and that means Paul Coogan is going to get back in. And then what's going to happen after that is you're not going to have any more good candidates to run because the people didn't vote. You're going to have this is a revolving problem all the time because the voter cannot say to the think like, okay, we need change. How can we do this? But no, they want a detailed plan. So you know what? The status quo wins because it's predictable. That's why they always get back in.
Yeah, they do all the time. You know what I'm saying? They always get back in. But
The
we have to have.
the incumbents always get back in because the voter cannot, in their mind, like open it up a little bit and give somebody else a chance because they want the status quo. And you're going to get the same thing over and over and over again. And I don't know what it's going to take for people to understand that it's a give and take relationship with the person that you voted for. That's what it is. It's a give and take. It's a give and take with your candidate. It's not, they're not going to be 100% perfect the way you want them to be. It is impossible. I just don't see how that is possible. I just don't.
That's impossible. It is impossible to, have a perfect candidate. You know what I'm saying? So it's impossible.
It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
And so you're going to have to settle with the status quo, which is Paul COOGEN, and people will know what he's going to do, and you're very comfortable with it because you know why they want a detailed plan? Because they know it's going to change and they don't know what to expect. That's why they want a detailed plan. They're afraid. They're afraid of change.
No, I'm not afraid. The thing is, people want detailed plans because the people that don't come out with detailed plans like COOGEN happens like COOGEN. We don't want to repeat like COOGEN. We don't want to repeat.
You're going to have a repeat like COOGEN because you're not going to vote for the other two. You're going to have a repeat.
But that's the thing. We're going to do our same mistakes like we did with COOGEN by not asking for a detailed plan.
And I don't know how I have to say this.
And this is why
detailed plan.
This is why COOGEN keeps getting in. Because no one has a game plan or a detailed plan to tell the people.
They have a game plan.
Carlos has got one. Wilma's got one.
I don't want to talk about this detailed plan because he is stuck on it. He won't give in to it. He doesn't,
that's the thing. And it's not just me, it's a lot of people that want it.
Right.
A lot of people want detailed plans.
Right. And you don't seem to understand,
and that's why
that you
and I do understand. That's the problem that we have now. The problem we have now is because candidates don't do a detailed plan. That's why we got COOGEN in. That's why we got Flanagan in. That's why we end up with all these other failed leaders because they didn't give a detailed plan. That's why Flanagan got recalled. Numerous topics.
You guys are in trouble. This is why Fall River and the other communities are in trouble. It's because of this idealism that doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. And I keep saying it. When I go to Massachusetts, people are in la-la land. They're not in reality. They're not in reality. They're in their brain somewhere thinking how it's supposed to be, because if it's not the way they think it's supposed to be, then it's forget it, it isn't going to work. This is very bad.
Well, the Constitution does say individual, right? The Constitution protects the individual, right? Not a group, not
what does that got to do with
specific party or any other group or organizations, because they're not protected under the Constitution. Only the individual.
I don't know.
And if one individual wants detail on your plan and other individuals as well, You can't knock that down. That's reality. It's not fantasy.
That's your
You know
reality.
what
That's
fantasy
your
is?
reality. No, that's
What
your reality and your fantasy. That's
no.
what it is.
What's fantasy is when you come up with an idea and don't get into detail about your idea. Now that's a fantasy. That's a fantasy. Like for
When
example,
Carlos
me
Caesar says
saying
that he's going to fire
me
for whatever
like
the
me
supervisor,
saying
that's not fantasy.
Let's
That's
talk
not
one at a
what
fantasy.
time.
I'm saying is like for me saying that I need a trash power plant. It's only fantasy until I give you a description on how I would go about setting something up like this.
Yeah, and what happens if it doesn't?
Same thing with Carlos Caesar saying I'm gonna if a department or any department has 4 supervisors, I'm gonna fire them. That's
This,
fantasy.
I
That's
feel bad.
fantasy.
I feel bad for these two candidates that are running against Paul Coogan right now, because if Alphonse is correct that they want detailed plans, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So you are going to,
What?
the people of Fall River are going to miss a chance to vote out Paul Coogan because they want one thing from the candidate, and that is a detailed plan, which is
It's not just
real.
one thing. It's not just one thing that we want is detail. Is we want truth. We want people to stop lying. We want accurate numbers, not fake
Well,
imaginary numbers
how are
that
you
city
going
hall
to
produce.
know, Alphonse? How are the people of Fall River gonna know if they don't put somebody else in there other than Paul Coogan, whether this person is right or not? These two people that I heard last week sound like good people, and they sound, I would say, sound honest. Not like Paul Coogan doesn't sound honest to me, but these two people do. And I think Fall River is blowing a chance right now. You have a very good chance of voting out Paul Coogan, and you're making it very difficult for the two candidates that have a good chance to win. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not ruining it for anybody. I'm just pointing out points that I see as an individual that needs improvement. As one individual, I don't speak for everybody. I don't speak to every voter. I'm only speaking as an individual and how
You said that
other
most of the people
individuals.
in Fall River think the way you do. That's what you said.
Right, and I speak like on those individuals that are right-minded like me. And I said, give or take 90%. They could be
You hear
less.
that? Right-minded like you hear what he said? They're right-minded like him. I mean, this is just not, it's not, unfortunately, this is how the people in Massachusetts are. And you're going to have the status quo all the time. Nothing's going to change.
And to be
You're going to have
honest with you,
taxes.
to be
You're going
honest
to
with
have
you, I'm not
very
really from
expensive
Massachusetts.
to live in. Nothing is going to change. Nothing's going to change. It's not going to change.
All right.
Tyranny is just going to get worse. The tyranny is just
Okay,
going to get
so what's go? All right, let's change the subject now. Let's go. Let's move on. What's going on, Annalisa? What's going on with Governor Healy?
Well, let me see. Governor Healy went on the MSNBC weekend show.
Yeah.
And she was saying that Massachusetts is not a sanctuary state and Boston is not a sanctuary city. How's that for a lie?
Yeah. Well,
That was a big one.
but Boston is a sanctuary city. Massachusetts is a sanctuary city.
Yeah,
So
she
Governor Healy,
denies it.
Four Rivers is a sanctuary city too.
That's right. That's right. But she denies it. She denies that Massachusetts
Right.
is a sanctuary state.
And you want to hear something funny? Usually, you're supposed to keep church and state separate, right?
Yeah.
Sanctuaries used in churches. A lot of people take sanctuary in church.
They're not church people, Alphonse, please.
No, no. See, I'm not blaming the church for this.
No,
The church
I'm
used to
saying
have a case and everything.
Mara Healy and Michelle Wu are not church people.
Right, but listen, this happened before they came into office. The Deval Patrick turned into a sanctuary state because he took it from the church. It's a concept from the churches to take victims in that, like abusive people that the cops can't protect or whatever, so they bring them into a church for sanctuary.
Yeah, that's no.
To make
These
it like criminals
that
do.
crossed the border. I don't know. Illegally. That's what that is.
Sanctuary cities.
Right. Pretty much they took it as, we're going to take these migrants that cross the border illegally and say that we're going to put them in sanctuary cities so they're protected, so they're victims of some type of crime.
Yes, exactly. But they're still illegal.
In which they're not victims. The victims are the people the states that they're fleeing to, the states that are accepting them. Those are the victims. The residents, the American residents of those states are the victims.
Yeah, so Mara Healy totally lied on MSNBC saying that Massachusetts is not a sanctuary state. And Boston is not a sanctuary city. That's a total lie.
Well, Massachusetts is a sanctuary state because Mara Healy just lied about that.
Right. That's what a politician is a liar.
Mara Healy always lies. She lies about these
things. She was an attorney general. Yeah, she was attorney general.
Right. And she's totally lawless.
And look at the attorney. Hold on, let one person. Look at the attorney general now, Campbell. She lies. She's the biggest liar.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about Congress. Sorry, yeah, Campbell, Andrea Campbell.
Yeah, she's a liar too. You know what I'm saying? So is Mara Healy and Cal Fiola's a liar too. This is not a sanctuary city. So why is she going on NBC saying that this is a sanctuary city? Cal Fiola's a liar. Okay, I mean,
Fall River is a sanctuary city.
That's right. It is. So
Fall River is a sanctuary city.
Taunton is one too.
Because we have a lot of migrants living in Fall River right now.
Yes.
We had a bunch of migrants on Airport Road at the hotel up there.
Right.
Well, what about ICE? ICE was in Massachusetts already. Kennedy Park.
Well, ICE has been in New Bedford and Fall River because you got the illegals there.
That's why, yeah. They were up at Kennedy Park. Matter of fact, again, they were up at Kennedy Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be circling around.
And you know something? Around here, we have illegal aliens around here too. In my neighborhood.
Wait when they go down to the terminal. They're gonna be at the bus terminal next.
Yeah, well, they'll be at the bus terminal next, cleaning out the bus terminal. Because that's where they all hang.
Well, that's what Alphonse said. It's a new Fall River is a sanctuary city. So
I could. Honestly, every time I've gotten on that bus, okay, I've seen illegal aliens on that bus.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Every single time. Okay. There's at least 10 of them on that soda bus. At least.
Oh, easy. They're everywhere. They're everywhere in Massachusetts. They're everywhere.
They're like cockroaches.
Yeah.
You can't call them that. That's discrimination now. That's racist. That's being racist.
Oh my
According
God!
to the law.
Oh my
All
God!
right,
No,
white
honestly,
boy.
according to the law, you gotta use the word LOL at the end of it. So they know that they're joking.
All right, okay. They're
Freedom
like
of speech.
cockroaches.
Freedom
Hey,
of speech.
look at. They're like cockroaches. Laugh out loud. All right. Oh, they are. All
Yeah,
right.
there you go. All right, now see? Now they won't take it as seriously.
Okay. All right, old man.
Oh
I might be
well.
old, but I'm down with the new things, you know.
You're always done with the new things.
I
Oh
hang
my.
around with kids all day. Sometimes.
Oh my
I
God.
hang around with kids to teenagers, so I learn all their bad habits.
Oh, you gotta stay away from them.
Yeah.
So hey, when you get done at the bus station, don't whip out your phone and start recording because they're mean down there.
If you
No,
say that word,
I'm
Dave, they probably don't even know what you're saying.
my bites are a lot meaner than my bark, but they haven't heard me bark down there yet. So I think they'll be a little scared if I bark. I think I'll make them run.
I tell them they might throw you a
Look for
bone.
a detailed plan, Alphonse. You'll make them run.
No, honestly, I bark, people run. My own cousins and that, they go, I don't want to get you mad because when you yell, you turn mad. And we know that what's going to happen next if we get underneath your skin anymore. You got to give us a slap upside the head like your dad
Oh,
used to do
heaven
to you.
forbid you get mad, Alphonse. Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what usually happens. I yell, and then if I don't yell again. They know what's going to happen next, so they just stop and okay, can we have some snacks? Can we do something now? Because they know what's going to happen next. Because mommy and daddy already said, listen to Al. Because if I don't, he's going to wind up slapping me the second time. So I won't listen.
Pow!
I'll push his buttons. I'm only allowed to push buttons once.
Not twice.
That's good. They need that discipline. They need that.
Right.
Kids need that.
But when they're home, they push their parents' buttons to the max.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And the parents are like, how come you got them listening to you? Because they know I yell once, the second time they're gonna get a slap, and that's that. And I tell them, you gotta call the cops. I'll call the cops for you and tell you what I did and the reason why I did it. And then when the cops come here, they're gonna put cuffs on you because you broke the law by not listening to an adult.
They're gonna slap. They're gonna
And they
slap the
look
cuffs
at
on
me, really?
Alfonso.
I tell them I can get you on a stubborn child. You can go to jail just on that. That's enough. You ain't listen to an adult.
Right.
That's all you need to do.
They're gonna slap the cuffs on Alfonso.
That's true.
And all them kids need down that terminal is someone like me. They hit me, I'll hit them back. And the thing is, I'll tell them self-defense. So if I go to jail, you're going to jail just as well. And I hope you might sell me because you'll be getting another beating inside the cell for being stupid.
Boy. Woo, baby. Here we go.
That's what makes these kids think nowadays. They'll think before they hit somebody.
Hey, you know what I was
Oh,
just
I
thinking?
get him.
You know what I was just thinking just now? Why don't we start our own gender? You know what I'm saying? Our own. Make up some genders.
No.
The psycho gender?
Yeah.
The psycho gender?
No, make up
One
our
person
own.
is tolerant
No,
anything?
why don't we form our own government?
Oh, it can be done. It can be done. It's just that you gotta have enough people supporting it.
Spread the word.
Texas almost became its own state. I mean, its own country.
Why don't we just be our own government? Like, in other words, have like a little forum with ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Like a government, like come up with an idea for like a country with our own rules and laws.
Yeah.
You know, it can be done. But the thing is getting the people to agree to it. That's the thing. Is getting everybody on the same page to agree for changes. And originally, that's how our Constitution originally was set up for. It was set up to benefit the individual as an individual.
If you want to change the city council, right? If you want to change the city council, right? Why don't we be our own city council body right here online?
Well, in order to have a good city council, you would have at least one person from every neighborhood in the city. That's what makes up a good council.
The representative. Yes.
Right. Because now every neighborhood is being respected equally as a whole city. Now, we shouldn't have a mayor, to be honest with you. It should be city manager. And the manager, all the city manager is just like a ribbon cutter. He just shows up to events that the council passes, meaning like shovel jobs, like the 79 project. He would just show up as a representative of the residents, pretty much. That's all he is. He's like a ribbon cutting guy. He's just.
So we can pick our own. Listen, hold on. We can pick our own city manager, but we can pick Annalisa for our city manager.
Oh my God.
Well, I would go within the city. Everybody would have to live in the city in order to work in the city, you know, because those are the people that know what's going on and knows what has to be done.
Right.
And has to be willing to work with the neighborhood leaders that are going to be out there 24/7 for the residents.
So why don't we be our own leaders? And lead
we could be our own leaders as like groups or organizations, but the Constitution doesn't recognize any group or organization. And some of the Constitution you would want in everyday living in some way or form.
Yeah.
Even though some of it's hot crap right now and needs to be altered and changed back, and somehow it's just we need people to do it and enforce it. Like again, like we talked all night again on lack of enforcement and policies and stuff, and that's a big issue. And that goes, and it ain't just local towns and cities, it's everywhere. Going right up to the governors, up to the president. And that's been going on for decades now.
I'm talking
Probably
about
even before. Pretty much a lot of this stuff dates back to way before we were born, all the screw ups that were made. So it's going to take our lifetimes, our kids' lifetimes, and our grandkids' lifetimes to straighten up the mess that we all helped create in some way or form. And in order to do that, we have to start like people say, we have to start from scratch. We have to put everything on the back burner
And starting with
start.
the police force, because the police are not in the Constitution. The sheriff's department is, because you vote for the sheriff. The police, we
Right,
do not vote for.
right.
So we
And
should not
like
have a police force.
right, if we have a sheriff, then the sheriff should be out here.
Right.
And the thing is, if we have state police, they should be out there as well. And there's a lot of it, like we said, a lot of it, they should be out there in full force and
Well, no, the
no
state
matter
police
what.
shouldn't be there either, because we don't vote for the state police.
Right.
They're
But
appointed.
when we do vote for the sheriff should be out there full force backing up our state police and our local police backing them up. They
No, and
should 100%.
yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I am saying, why are the taxpayers paying for 2 law enforcement agencies? We only need one, and that is the
One.
sheriff's department that we vote for, not the police
Right.
department that is appointed by the mayor that we have no say in, but we pay it with our tax dollars. They shouldn't be there.
Right.
That is
We're,
unconstitutional.
correct, it is. And that shouldn't be happening.
Right.
They should be all paid out of one account. It shouldn't be 2 separate accounts, 3 separate accounts. No, one account for policing.
So that's
And
why
I
we
do
have.
agree with that.
So
Yeah.
that's why
I
I said
do.
that's why I said we have to form our own government here, like
Right.
online.
Like I said, in order to do that, we have to put everything on, scrap everything and start over. And in
Right.
order to do that, you have to look at some of the old stuff where we made the mistakes, write down our mistakes, and then rewrite everything. And when we rewrite everything, those mistakes that we made in the past, write them in that there were mistakes.
Well,
And
let's
we can't do this. This is an example of what not to do.
no, okay,
And you know,
no. I'm not going to go with your detailed plan. This is what I think. Okay, so we have 2 law enforcement agencies. We should have one, sheriff's department. And
Agreed.
the best way to do it, I think, maybe there's another way, is really just to tell the police force, look, you're going to become the sheriff's department, and you're all going to be coming from one taxpayer fund. It's not going to be separate for you, and it's not going to be separate for the sheriff. The sheriff is going to get elected by the county, and you're going to work in the sheriff's department. Right?
Change uniforms around.
Right. Change the stations, like the police station, change it to where, I guess, I don't know, change it to where the sheriff's department would be, and they would work for the sheriff, not the mayor, not the town manager. They would work for us. The sheriff would work
right.
for. And if he doesn't do a good job, you vote him out. Like next year, you're voting for another sheriff. If you don't like what the sheriff is doing right now, you can vote him out.
That is true.
But you can't vote out the police.
That's the big problem right there.
Yes, and that's a problem.
So that's why I said we should form our own government right here, online.
Well, that's under the Constitution.
Yeah. So
And the way you can change it and rewrite it, but it has to be back. The majority of the people have to bring it up.
We have 2 constitutions. I believe it's the real one before we became a corporation. Is that right? Didn't we become a corporation and the Constitution changed?
Technically, yes and no. They were talking about it. I know Massachusetts.
I don't think we're operating under the original Constitution.
No, we're not.
Right.
But the way it's worded now, it's based on the old Constitution, but some of the stuff is worded different. Like the Second Amendment's worded different.
Yeah.
Massachusetts recognizes that as a state law. Is the Constitution with the altered wording to it on certain stuff.
Yeah.
That's why in certain scenarios you can actually break the law on the Constitution and get away with it. Like violate, like
the original one.
Like the restraining order. Technically, the restraining order underneath the original Constitution, it's a violation of someone's rights. Underneath the new Constitution, the altered one, it's not due because of domestic violence situations and stalkings and everything that follows underneath that. So that's where the changes come into play on certain items. It's just that they all... Yes, the original Constitution, how it was written, a restraining order is violation of someone's rights. Because they're allowed to go anywhere they choose to. You can't stop them underneath any law. And with the 209A, which is a restraining order, it states you can't be within so many yards of a certain person. No matter if it's in a public place or a public sidewalk.
But if they committed some kind of offense.
Hello? What just happened here? Hello? Oh boy. Hello? What just happened to my... Oh my God. Hello? You still there? Hello? Annalisa? What just happened here? I don't know what happened here. Hello, Annalisa? Alfonso? Oh, the hell?
Have to start all over again.
I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Yeah. Well, oh, here we go.
Oh, what happened there?
I have no idea. I got to put Alfonso up there. Hello, Alfonso.
Oh my God, you were waiting too.
Oh my God, what the hell, man? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna end my because I am very tired. I have shopping to go do tomorrow. Just want to let you know that we have tomorrow night. We have Ricky, City Councilor Ricky Tip on tomorrow night. Okay, I gotta send him an email.
Correct. I
So,
did send Carlos a message. If he wanted to come on the show sometime, I'm waiting to hear from him back. But when he does, I'll send your info. I'll send him your Facebook account information, Dave.
yeah, just tell him that. Just tell him that I would like to have him on a show. So just tell him
Right,
I would like to have him on a show because
right,
I want to see. I want to actually see what where he stands. You know what I'm saying too as well. As
correct,
mayor of the city of Fall River, but I also
correct.
like to have Boomer on too as well.
Right.
So
At least have all the candidates on, so it gives them a chance to speak their mind.
well, you know what, man, Paul Coogan will never come on my show. Believe it or not.
Oh, I know.
So that's a
But
long shot with him.
Well, he's too good.
mm,
Yeah. So but I just wanna so I got because I got Ricky Tiff on Council Ricky Tiff on tomorrow night and we're gonna go we're gonna talk about strategy. We're gonna talk about ideas. So and plus what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk one at a time, okay? And we're gonna let Ricky Council Ricky Tip talk, and then so that
uh,
way, and then we're gonna come up with ideas and stuff. Because honestly, I really want to better my I really want my city to get better. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
really,
right.
so no, and so that's what we're gonna do. So well, anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 6:30, same bat station, same bat channel.
Correct. See you then.
So,
See ya.
so
Good night,
we
guys.
got
Yep.
we got Alfonso, Robin over here. We got Annalisa, and not the villain, but
What did you say?
not the villain. So
I don't know what you said.
but you can be Batgirl.
Oh, I gotcha.
You
Okay.
can be Batgirl. So you can have the cape and the mask. So, but all
Yeah.
right. So anyway, we got Ricky Tiff coming on tomorrow night, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna use strategies. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna come up with ideas. What we can do for our city, and then later we're gonna talk about economics. So we let's work
Ooh,
together. Let's work together. Let's
I like that
have
economic.
one conversations that talk one at a time. So and so that's
And
how.
Alphonse has to come up with a detailed plan.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
can
don't worry,
ask
I
Ricky.
will.
He'll be coming up with the
I'll ask
detailed
my
plan.
detailed questions.
All right.
I'll
So,
give him some
but,
detailed ideas.
give him a chance. Give Ricky Tip a chance to talk too. All right.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
yeah.
Rick
I
that's what
talked
talk
to
that's
all the
Ricky a
time.
couple of times.
yeah. So he's a really cool guy. And Ricky and Council Ricky Tip has a good a lot of good ideas himself. So he's a good man. He is, and I really want him. I really want him in office too. So, and
Oh, he's
so
running? I thought he was in office.
no, he is in office, but he's got to get reelected.
Oh, okay.
So we
Gotcha.
gotta, give or take and stuff. But people are making. Well, we'll talk about that another time. But but I'm gonna go now because I have, it's already 8:50, and I am very tired, and my old age is getting to me. So, and so I'll be 59 next month. So,
Oh, happy birthday!
yeah,
Happy
thank
birthday,
you.
59 years younger.
Yeah, 59 years younger.
October what? October what?
October 28, 1966.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
My
I'll
niece
be
was born in
59.
October too.
Yeah, you born in October?
My niece,
Oh, how about you?
May.
May? So you must be around 50, 58.
Right.
So,
Yep.
and I know you are, because I know you are.
I never tell my age. You guess.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna say either 54 or 55.
Cool. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, right there. But I'm not gonna go. I ain't gonna
I'm
go.
46.
Cool.
How old are you?
46. I'm going to be 47 in January.
He's the
He's such a
baby.
baby.
He's the
What a
baby of
baby.
the group.
He's the baby
I
of
was
our
born,
group.
I was born the same day as Elvis.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah, Elvis
Oh, thank you.
Presley.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank
So,
you. Thank you very much.
yeah. But anyways, we're gonna have Ricky Tiff on tomorrow night, and then we can take turns and ask questions and ask him what he's gonna do for the city. But anyways, good night, everybody. I have to
Good
go,
night.
and
Night.
I
Night,
will
buddy.
I
Good night.
will I will see you guys tomorrow. I
Night.
will see you guys tomorrow night, and Annalise is going to be on in the morning. So and Annalise is going to be on in
My
the
life.
morning. She's going to be and to do her show. Go hit her up and go listen to what she's got to say.
Too much.
All right.
Too much. Too much.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep,
Talk to
bye.
you tomorrow.
Talk
Yeah,
to you
bye.
Bye.
tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 6:30.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. I already said good night. Can you hang up? Oh, wait a minute. Bye. We had a great show. We talked a lot about a lot of things, and we talked a lot about a lot of things, and we talked about try to get the people to because we want to form our own government. We do. So so we want to form our own government. You know what I'm saying, online, and the only way to do that is that we got to get the majority of the people to vote on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is in our constitution. Because we're the mayor of the city of Fall River, and ain't doing very much, ain't doing too much. Mayor Paul COOGEN is not. More HAYLEY is not doing any, not doing anything, and all she's doing is lying. You know what I'm saying? Saying that Massachusetts is a sanctuary city, which is not. Okay, and so, but we're gonna have Ricky Tiff on tomorrow night, and we're gonna talk about some stuff and some ideas and stuff. So everybody, you guys have a good night. This is Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. Always broadcasting every Wednesday at 6:30, Thursdays too at 6:30. So take care, and have a great night. And see you guys tomorrow night, and every night after that. Take care.